Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're basically stepping onto a digital crime scene. Okay, well, maybe crime scene is a bit dramatic, but it's absolutely a scene of interception. We're going to deconstruct this very specific, incredibly calming, yet honestly rarely analyzed moment on the internet. You know the one, the moment your connection is just abruptly halted by an automated security system. We're going to look at the exact anatomy of a CAPTCHA block, using a real, documented event to understand those invisible tripwires that we cross every single day online.
Okay, let's dive into this. This isn't just some random string of numbers. This digital fingerprint, IP address 66.249.84.37, was abruptly halted on May 4th, 2026. By grounding ourselves with this one specific identifier, we can trace exactly how a totally routine internet session was just frozen in its tracks.
And we actually have the precise timestamp for this digital event. It was May 4th, 2026, at exactly 21:57 and 9 seconds UTC. And the target? Just a YouTube URL. Someone, or well, something, at that specific IP address at that exact second was simply trying to access a YouTube video. It's this mundane action that's performed literally billions of times a day. But in this specific instance, the request didn't go through. Instead, it hit a sudden invisible wall. The connection was intercepted. So when that invisible wall comes down, you get hit with this message of cold, robotic authority. Our systems have detected unusual traffic from your computer network. And honestly, this single sentence perfectly sets up the central conflict of our explainer today. On one side, you've got the user, just trying to watch a video. On the other side, you have Google's automated defenses actively blocking the path, raising a massive red flag that something abnormal is going on. But really, what exactly does unusual mean to a machine? Section 1. Defining unusual traffic. The invisible rules of the road.
The source text makes it explicitly clear this block isn't just a random glitch. It's not a server error. It happens when Google automatically detects requests coming from your network that appear to violate their terms of service. There are these strict, hard-coded rules about how users and machines are allowed to interact with Google's servers. When the volume or the type or even the pattern of requests from an IP address breaks those predetermined rules, the automated system steps in. Basically, it's a penalty flag on the play.
Which, of course, leads us to the most pressing question. And we're taking this straight from the blog page itself. Why did this happen? How in the world did a seemingly normal attempt to watch a YouTube video suddenly turn into a terms of service violation? Well, to find out, we have to pivot our investigation toward the culprits operating behind the scenes.
Section 2, the automated suspects. Who triggered the alarm?
Now, what's really interesting about this part is the lineup of potential culprits. The blog page lists 3 hidden actors that are likely responsible here. You've got malicious software, rogue browser plugins that are aggressively scraping data, or automated scripts relentlessly pinging the server. In all 3 of these scenarios, your network connection has basically been weaponized. It's sending a volume of automated traffic that the server simply will not tolerate.
Section 3, the shared IP dilemma. Are you taking the fall?
But hey, what if your machine is totally clean? The source provides some really vital context here. If you share a network connection, you might actually be taking the fall for someone else. Think about a corporate office or, a busy coffee shop. Hundreds of different computers might all be routed through just one public-facing IP address. So if just one person on that shared network has a rogue plugin, boom, the entire IP address gets flagged. You could be sitting there staring at a block page, getting penalized for someone else's digital misbehavior.
Section 4, Speed and Advanced Terms, Acting like a Machine.
These security systems are constantly analyzing the pattern of your requests to contrast normal, everyday human behavior with robotic indicators. And the source text explicitly calls out 2 behavioral triggers. First up, sending requests very quickly. Look, humans type, we scroll, we click at a relatively predictable physical pace. If requests are firing off faster than humanly possible, the system assumes you're a bot. Second, using advanced terms that robots are known to use. If you're out there submitting highly complex, syntax-heavy search operators that are usually used by automated data scraping scripts instead of everyday people, you're going to trip the wire. You're just acting way too much like a machine. Section 5, Proving You Are Human. The resolution. And this brilliantly illustrates a strict yet easily missed technical baseline. Before you can even attempt to prove you're human, you absolutely must have JavaScript enabled. It's kind of ironic, right? If you've disabled JavaScript for privacy or security reasons, you literally cannot proceed.
These automated security tools rely entirely on JavaScript to interrogate your browser. It's a mandatory technical checkpoint. No JavaScript, no access. So the crucial point is that Google actually lays out a very straightforward path to regain your access. Step 1 is totally passive. Just wait for the automated request to stop and the block naturally expires. Step 2 is active. Solve the CAPTCHA to prove your humanity. Pass the test, and you finally reach step 3, the reward of continuing on to that YouTube video you initially clicked on in the first place.
Which brings us to the core philosophy of this entire system. As the text flat out states, this page checks to see if it's really you sending the requests and not a robot. The CAPTCHA is not just some arbitrary hurdle or random annoyance designed to ruin your day. It is an active, targeted interrogation. It's the platform saying, look, we have reason to doubt your humanity, and you must now provide behavioral proof that there is a living, breathing person behind this keyboard. It is the ultimate defense against network abuse. As we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with a thought based on everything we've uncovered from this intercepted request. We seamlessly blend our lives with automated tools, browser extensions, and shared networks every single day. But as these digital borders become more tightly policed by algorithms, it forces a really fascinating question. Is your network behavior, or your plugins, or even your typing speed secretly making you look like a machine? The next time you hit one of these invisible walls, you're going to know exactly what kind of automated detective work is happening behind the scenes. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.